Okay, everything's all set. This doll better work. Huh? How did you hear me from your room? Wait! Look at his doll! Did it work? Are you not yelling because you can't? Or are you not yelling because you don't want to yell? Are you okay with me being here? Oh, it looks like you're trying to yell after all. Oh, you're really freaking out. Here, I'm gonna hold the doll tight, okay? Oh my gosh, it really works. Oh, don't freak out. I'll explain in a second. It's actually really simple and totally safe. Please don't worry. Just give me a second to admire you. It's so nice to see you standing there, frozen in place, with that look in your eyes. You look so beautiful right now. I could stand here till the sun comes up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get that close. Sorry. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I'll explain why you can't move right now. Please don't hate me. Okie dokie. I'll get straight to the point. I love you. I know you don't know me, but I know you very well. And I love you. You don't need to reciprocate my feelings right away, but I'm sure after a few more nights like this you will. But let me explain what's going on with your body. To sum it up, after a ton of searching around, I found this. It might look like a normal doll, but it's actually a voodoo doll. Or, I don't really think it's actually any connection to the actual voodoo, you know? I've seen a lot of people say online that, voodoo doesn't really work and this and that, and a lot of things about it you just see in movies is really just made up junk, and I didn't really look into that, and I just think it would make more sense to call it a magical doll, or maybe something like an enchanted doll. But who cares about that, right? And all that matters is that it works. I sewed a piece of your hair into the heart of the doll, and now I can control you with it. Isn't that crazy? It almost sounded too good to be true. But the dude who sold it to me showed off one of them working on this other guy, and it was crazy. And he told me all about it and how the guy was supposedly stole something from him in his shop the other day. And he took me over to the thief's apartment and stabbed the needle into the doll's legs. And you would not believe how loudly this guy yelled. I was a little nervous that they were just working together to scam me, but if he was just putting on a show, he deserves an Oscar. Especially when I saw how he reacted when he pulled out a pair of scissors and... Oh, no! I didn't mean to freak you out with that story. I just kind of started rambling on. I'm nothing like that seller. I only brought the doll to control your movement. I don't have any needles with me. You have my word. I do have some scissors. Those were more of a backup plan for if the doll didn't work. The doll does work, so my plan is exactly going the way as it should. I'm going to use the doll to make you stay still. Make sure you won't get away from me. Or worse, you know? As long as I have this with me, everything's going to be A-okay. I just want to come here and cuddle. All right? Oh, right. I guess you can't really respond. Oh, yeah. The reason you can't talk right now is because I sewed the doll lips shut. See? And since I'm holding the doll so tightly right now, you can't move. Speaking of, let me show you how I can use it to move you. I can move one foot in front of the other, and the real you starts walking too. Carefully. One foot in front of the other. And now I will carefully lay you down on your bed. Now we can cuddle. I just need to move your arms around me. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. You would not believe how long I've waited to do this. How many nights I've spent in this bed alone, waiting for you. And now we're together, and your arms are wrapped around me in a much more peaceful way than I expected. Let me be honest with you. Before the doll, I was this close to kidnapping you. I don't want to freak you out, but I was just starting to feel just how badly I wanted you. I realized how badly I needed you with me. I felt like kidnapping you because it was my only option. I know it may not seem like it, but I'm super nervous while talking to people. So there was no way I'd just be able to ask you out, you know? It just all made me feel so desperate. But thanks to this doll, I now don't need to ask you out or kidnap you. Isn't that great? It works out for the both of us. I get what I want, and I don't have to limit your freedom. We both win now. Are you happy with this compromise? I know I took the choice out of your hand, but you surely must see this is for the best, right? Well, I guess you can't really answer. I'll just nod your head for you. With the doll, you can't really disagree with yes or no questions. How about this one? Do you want to cuddle all night? You do? I am so happy to hear that. I'd love nothing more than to spend the night here. This is really nice. I know you're still a bit stressed right now, but I promise I have your best interests at heart. Here, since the doll doesn't have eyelids, you still have control over them. If you want me to explain how I ended up falling in love with you, blink twice. If you'd rather just enjoy our time cuddling in silence, blink once. 2 blinks? Alright then. I'll give you as good of an explanation as I can. You know that cafe you frequent? The one not too far from your job? I happen to work there. Typically my shifts are around the time you come in too. Because of that, I've really been able to get a good idea about you. I've seen your different hobbies, some of your friends, what kind of movies you watch, and a whole bunch more. After I spent all that time watching you from across the cafe, I knew we would be a perfect match. So it only makes sense I followed you home too. And so I did. I came here once for a real short visit, and then I came again and stayed longer, and then I came again and stayed just for a bit longer, and then so on and so forth until eventually spending more time here than I was at my own home. And even while you were here, I was here too. Whether I was in your attic or just the room down the hall, I was with you. I was never in your sight. But you were never out of mine. Aren't you excited to hear that? Even in the moments you thought you were at your loneliest point in life, I was there for you. I was always right down the hall. You never needed anyone else. Why do you look so afraid? Now we can finally enjoy our time together, instead of hiding behind the walls. I get to be here, with you, cuddling. Oh, how I wish this doll had a face I could sculpt. I can't deal with your harsh eyes on me like that. I need you to look at me the same way I look at you. I need to control your face the same way I can control your body. I can make you move in a way that shows you love me. But what's the point if you don't even look like you love me? What's the point if you just show terror in your eyes? It's not fair. I just want... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start rambling like that. You look really afraid now. I don't want that to be such an early impression of me. I apologize for the whole outburst. Here, let me give you some space. I'll move your arms off of me. Now that we have some space, I'll get my thoughts out in a more delicate way. I truly do love you, more than I could ever explain with words or actions. I don't even fully know what about you caused me to feel this way, but it's the truth. I know it'll take you a while to feel the same, but I don't mind waiting. As long as I hang on to this doll, we can do this whenever I want. Isn't that great? Yeah, I guess I should have expected that kind of look on your face. Unfortunately for you, I don't really care. We're gonna do this my way. I'm the one in control here. With the doll, you don't have much of an option. I won't use this to force you to do anything too serious, but I will use it for things like this. Calm things. This goes for the cafe as well. I expect you to continue going there. I want you to start talking with me. If you don't, then I'll stab a needle in the doll's leg. No, wait, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I promise I won't actually do that. I was just feeling emotional again. Just make sure you show up, okay? And don't tell anyone about it, not only because they won't believe you, but because it would really upset me to hear you gossip about me. So don't try it. Now that's all out of the way, I want to cuddle a bit more. Let me move you real quick. Is this nice? Really nice? That felt nice too. I just hope soon you won't scrunch your lips like that. I hope I won't feel sad because this doll doesn't have a face I can control. All in due time, I suppose. Anyways, if I were you, I would just close my eyes and go to sleep. I'm gonna stay here for an hour or two more to cuddle. Then I'll go home and remove the doll's magic for a bit.